up and ready for this open mic, so I'm gonna start off with the piece. All right, there's gonna be heavy political stuff happening all night, so I'm gonna hit y'all with a feel-good piece. Okay, what I need for y'all to do is I'm gonna give you a beat, and then I need you to clap along. Okay, when you catch on to the chorus, I need you to help me out. All right, y'all gonna keep up with the rhythm? All right, real cool. It goes like this. Hey look, you're never really satisfied whether rich or poor. I mean, once you get some, you're gonna want some more. We bear pretty fruit that's rotten to the core. Some import drugs and export war, and at the end of the day, what is all of this for? I mean, what matters in the world, baby? I'm not really sure. Some say it's Mother Nature, but we treat her so poor. Some say it's God, but we shown him the door. So tell me why we do this every day. Deal with it all when we want it to go away, and try to convince ourselves that it will be okay. Truth is, I ain't happy here, but here is where I stay. So I have to find a way to have peace every day. Some people feeling bad, some people feel okay. Some people curse and scream, some people kneel and pray. But when I'm with Maxine, this is what I say. You've had a day that was really whack, shake it off. Got too much pressure on your back, take it off. Get in love with strings attached, break it off. It goes shake it off, take it off, break it off. You've had a day that was really whack, shake it off. Got too much pressure on your back, take it off. Get in love with strings attached, break it off. It goes shake it off, take it off. Because it's hard to avoid the devil when you're chilling in his lair. But we're not supposed to get more than we can bear. But whoever told you that life is really fair? So for a moment, live life without a care. So Maxine, do what you want to with your hair. Have fun, live a little, take a dare. We start so much about what we drive and wear. Looking for something that isn't really there. We walk around all day feeling we've been cheated. So hearts get cold and arguments get heated. Life can be so sour and we are forced to eat it. Time for a revolution, follow me, I'll lead it. This is for all of those who really feel defeated, who've been abused, misused, and mistreated. I know sometimes your spirit feels depleted. I wrote this one for you because I know you really need it. It goes, you've had a day that was really whack, shake it off. Got too much pressure on your back, take it off. Get in love with strings attached, break it off. It goes shake it off, take it off, break it off. You've had a day that was really whack, shake it off. You got too much pressure on your back, take it off. You get in love with strings attached, break it off. It goes shake it off, take it off, break it off. So all my people on the right say shake it off, and all my people on the left say take it off, and all my people in the middle say break it off. It goes shake it off, take it off. Yeah, so all my people on the right say shake it off, and all my people on the left say take it off, and all my people in the middle say take it off. It goes shake it off, take it off. One more time, my people on the right say shake it off, and all my people on the left say take it off, and all my people in the middle say it goes shake it off, take it off. Give it up for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to bring up the owner and proprietor here at Busboys and Poets for him to announce her and bring her to the stage. She's going to make some comments, and then we're going to get into this open mic. But ladies and gentlemen, can you please give it up for my friend and yours, Mr. Andy Shalal. Whoa!
How y'all doing? All right. Are we fired up? All right. I got this little book. I got this little book. It says, "Make today ridiculously amazing." And it's going to be a ridiculously amazing day. It's already been one. If you believe in something, you must be prepared to fight, to argue, to persuade, to introduce legislation again and again and again. Too many black politicians want to be in the mainstream. My power comes from the fact that I'm ready to talk about black people, poor people, and those that have been left out of the conversation. That's the voice of Maxine Waters back in 1990 when she was a legislator in the California State House. And she was speaking truth to power back then, and she's still speaking truth to power today. Today, she's not only a powerful black woman, but she's also one of the most powerful voices in Congress. She will not be intimidated. She will not be undermined. She is not afraid. She is not afraid to tell the Tea Party or anybody else who's trying to hijack our democracy to go to hell. I live in D.C., so I don't have representation. But you know something? I'm also a Muslim man, I'm an Arab, I'm a person of color. And I'm a proud American. And I'm even more proud today to be an American when I have the voice of Maxine Waters behind my back. So I want to bring up to the stage my Congresswoman, our Congresswoman, the People's Congresswoman, Maxine Waters!
I did not know that an auntie could be loved by so many people. I'm having the time of my life. And let me tell you, I never considered that simply saying that the FBI director had no credibility. And then it was going to set off something. If I had known that was what turned you on hell, I would have been saying it a long time ago. And so I really am enjoying your enthusiasm. I love your spirit. This is what it takes to resist. And that's what we've got to do. Donald Trump is someone that found his way to the presidency of the United States of America. I still don't know how, but he's someone that I'm committed to getting impeached. He's a liar. He's a cheat. He's a con man. He is someone who will do whatever is necessary to get over at the moment. And he is about to lead us into unnecessary war. We've got to stop his ass. I know that you have been disappointed. You felt as if public policy didn't have anything to do with you. You didn't know why we slap each other on the back in Congress and call each other gentle lady and gentleman when we hate each other. And you wondered why we act like that. Okay, it's time to stop the bull. Let's go for it. Let's hit the streets. Let's show up. Tomorrow, we're going to be rallying and marching because this president has the audacity not to want to show his taxes. Now, there are people struggling all over America to pay their taxes, and they're struggling with the fact that some are going to have to pay more money than they ever thought they would have to pay. And all they want to know is, Mr. President, do you pay your taxes? Why won't you show them to us? What have you got to hide? Well, I think I know he's got a lot to hide. In addition to having cheated a lot of his contractors and having a phony school that was supposed to train people to become big developers. We know that he's used every loophole in the tax law. And he has the kind of debt that's overwhelming. And we also know that some of the money that he's made has been made with questionable deals and questionable characters. And so we got to call him out. And we got to say what it is. And I want you to know, for those people who are a little bit impatient in what's going on, there's progress being made every day, getting closer to this collusion that took place with this president, his allies, and the Kremlin. It's there, ladies and gentlemen. Believe me. Now, let me just say this. The investigation on the House side needs to be shut down. It's nothing. Nunes has talked about recusing himself, but he would still sit on the committee. He would hear everything that's going on. He would know everything that's being talked about. And all he would do is run right back up to the White House to curry favor with number 45 and tell him everything that was going on. So shut it down. I have a little bit more faith in what's happening on the Senate side. I have a little bit more faith that they're going to drill down and try and connect those dots. One of the things that gives me a lot of confidence is he messed over some folks over there. John McCain's going to get him. Remember what he said about John McCain? He said he didn't even like prisoners of war. This prisoner of war was going to kick his behind. Remember how he treated Lindsey Graham? They're teaming up and they're supporting the nominees and they're trying to make it look like it's not personal. Believe me, y'all, it's personal. And they're going after him. But we also got some vague news from Great Britain yesterday that there are some connections that have been discovered that shows collusion. Is that right? Did anybody hear about that? And so, when you take that and you look at Manafort, his campaign manager, who had the contract with the Ukraine, you look at Flynn, Michael Flynn, you look at Roger Stone, you look at all of them, they're all connected around oil. And I'll tell you this quickly so we can get on with the open mic. Everybody thinks Tillerson is there simply to do a good job for the country. Ex-CEO of Exxon negotiated a multi-billion-dollar deal with Putin to drill in the Arctic. I believe Tillerson is there to try and get those sanctions lifted. Because if the sanctions are lifted, they can get the equipment and the supplies and everything that they need to do the drilling. And I think that's what all of these allies, this president and Putin and all, are focused on. Focused on lifting the sanctions. They wanted Trump elected because of the relationship he's got with Putin. He criticizes everybody but Putin. He's in bed with Putin. Well, you know what? We're going to take them both down. So I just want to thank all of you for embracing me, and I'm embracing you. I thank you for loving what I do, and I love you. I am so inspired by you that I wake up every day knowing that we're going to win. And even when I'm tired at night, I get a good night's rest. And I wake up the next day and I want to get it on. I want to resist. So resist is the word. Fight is the word. Show up. And stay woke. Thank you. All right, we're going to open the mic.
keep it going for Maxine Waters, y'all. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2, mic check. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're about to do this open mic. This is the favorite thing that I do, and that's hosting open mics. It takes a lot of heart and energy and love to come up here and say something that's coming from your heart. So we'll make sure we support people. But how about this?
I am not an artist. I'm not very creative, so I don't have beautiful words to say. But as someone who's from Houston, Texas, who's been organizing since the age of 16 against people who actively work against people like myself as a queer black woman. I have this to say, and this election really brought this message home to me. Black women are everything, and black women will save this country. I truly believe that. And thank you, Auntie Waters. Seriously, it's women like us that it's gonna, we care not only for ourselves, but for everyone around us, and that is what is gonna take us forward. And thank you so much. Like I said, I'm gonna get it tattooed on my arm. Black women are everything. Everybody. What did I say? Black women are everything.
Ms. Walters, my name is Azaha. My friends call me Ali. I'm a proud Muslim American Egyptian. Since 2 days ago, since the election, but 2 days ago, I read a story about a veiled woman in Milwaukee who was beat up and her veil torn off from her. And then yesterday, losing the Supreme Court judge, Ms. Sheila Abdus-Salam. And things like this terrify me to the core. But then I hear you speak, and you inspire me, you give me strength, you give me hope, and you do that for so many people. And I just want to say thank you, and because of you, I will not stop fighting, I will not stop resisting, I will not stop doing everything I can to fight this cause, and we will win. And thank you for giving me that hope. God bless you.
My name is Frederick Watson. I was in the Air Force for 8 years. Originally from Chicago, Illinois. I've been a fan of Congresswoman Walters since the 90s, and I've always admired you. I have a cousin that lives in LA. I lived there for momentarily myself, and I just want to say thank you so much. I'm sorry, Congresswoman Waters, she fought for us as troops to come back from Iraqi. Operation Iraqi Freedom, and I'm eternally grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Black Lives Matter DMV in the house. Black Lives Matter DC in the house for Auntie Maxine. And we want to let you know from Black Lives Matter DC, we got your back. Holler back, we got your back. Holler back, we got your back. Holler back, we got your back. You got any problems, you just dial up Black Lives Matter DC, and we in the house.
Thank you very much. Kimon, you ready to do your thing? One of the hosts over there at We Act Radio. Please give a warm round of applause for Kimon Freeman, y'all.
Look at this guy. Shameless self-promotion here. Page 62 City Paper. Your peace and blessings. Everybody say do something. Do something. I need everybody to pull out your NSA monitoring tracking device, otherwise known as cell phone. Right now, please do that for me, because if we gonna talk about it, we're gonna be about it. Pull out your cell phones. Go to weactradio.com right now. Click join the opposition party, because our 45th poll is called the media, the opposition party. So you cannot be saying fuck Trump, wearing a Patriots jersey, drinking Yingling beer, shopping at Home Depot, all right? We gotta vote with our dollars and pray with our feet. So go to weactradio.com right now, click on join the opposition party, and help us, as acknowledged by the City Paper, as DC's best social justice radio station. If you didn't know, now you do know. Help us do what we here to do, and that is to back up this sister. Miss Maxine, I don't know if you knew this, we've been begging your grandson, Twan Sammy, to help get you at our opposition party next Tuesday. Hopefully we can squeeze you in for 5 minutes to join our opposition party. But in our storefront studio, I'm Sam Jackson, by the way, from Do the Right Thing, getting my storefront studio on.
Wake up! Wake up, wake up, wake up! Up you wake, up you wake, up you wake.
And Gary Webb is in our window. And for those who do not know, Gary Webb is the journalist who broke the story about the CIA collusion in the crack epidemic. All right? Otherwise known crack in America, CIA. He broke the story. There's a great film done on it called Kill the Messenger. Now, this man was ridiculed by New York Times, LA Times, and one of the rare instances they actually agreed together. And the only reason this story came to light because a CIA plane crashed full of coke. All right? You might know about Rick Ross, but it's actually a real story that Rick Ross was one of the contact people in LA because they was doing this Iran-Contra scandal, dealing drugs for guns, for a black market war that was going on in the Contra scandal in Central America. Gary Webb broke this story. He paid with his life. He later committed suicide by shooting himself 2 times in the head. Okay? One other piece of fact of information, if you join the opposition party at Red Radio, you'll know about, is that 2006 FBI report confirms that they have been, law enforcement in this country has been infiltrated by white supremacists. Now, most of you have never heard that. We didn't hear that during 2 black attorney generals, the height of Black Lives Matter, but we heard all about the criminal history of the so-called criminal history of the victims. But you did not know this. So this is the type of information that we put out here because we're not corporate controlled, corporate sponsored. So again, go to weactradio.com, join the opposition party, help us do this work because we got to vote with our dollars. Now, this piece I'm going to read right quick is dedicated to Mama Maxine, who I wish more men had her guts. This is called the Motherland. Everybody say, stay woke. Stay woke. Until the lions have their own historians, the tales of the hunt will continue to glorify the hunters. The drums tell the stories. Stay woke. Africa was jumping like Maasai warriors, a D-move. When English was still a foreign language, diamonds were laying on the ground. When French was still a foreign language, the nose of the Sphinx was still around. The drums tell the stories. Stay woke. Masa Otunya, the smoke that thunders, the largest waterfalls in the world. You call it Victoria Falls. Live fools and dead pools, lost lessons of Timbuktu. The drums tell the stories. Stay woke. We taught Greeks and Romans, treated visitors well, but fought amongst ourselves. When you are blind, your hands become your eyes, your ears become your vision. So put them to the ground and listen. For people without vision are lost and never found. Spirit is the stuff you're not supposed to lose when you're down. So wait for the sound as the drums tell the stories. Stay woke. Go to weactradio.com. Please join the opposition party, support our opposition party, help us, help you. We're on the radical side of Martin Luther King Avenue. You all are welcome to our opposition party on tax day. That's Tuesday, 6 to 9. If you didn't know, now you know because the DC Emancipation Day gave all of y'all a tax extension, so thank them. Thank to Mr. Shalom for making this place possible. Give him a round of applause. And last word of the evening is do something.
I'll give you all a beatbox intro. Wait a minute, it's 2017. Please give it up for Jenner Brothers, y'all.
Hi, my name's Jenner. I'm disabled. I grew up in Cleveland, and I just had a quick kind of poem, but before that, I just wanted to let y'all know that, like, your voice matters, so don't just post on against you with your words and actions, but that is an incredibly high victory condition. Your words, your support, your visibility are not just for your opponents. They are also for the people being oppressed and victimized, so that they can see that they are not alone. And they are for the people on the sidelines, so that they can see humanity at work, so that they can see that this shit is not acceptable. And finally, and they are for the people, and it's finally, it's most importantly, it's for you. So that you can know in your heart that when this crap came down the pipe, you said no, never again, and you resisted. You know where you stood in what will be the biggest civil rights battle of our generation. You will not have to wonder where you would have been during the abolition movement. You will not have to wonder where you would have been during women's suffrage. You will not have to wonder. You will not have to hesitate to know the answer of where you would have been during Stonewall, where you would have been during the civil rights movement, where you would have been, because you are doing it right now. And you have to keep doing it. You cannot stop. I am depending on you. We are all depending on you. All right. So, partisan politics, people entrenched, toxic ideologies, leaving their stench. Do you have education? You can't afford the expense. Who succeeds? Who gets on the top? The ivory tower is an inside job. Without wealth, you can't afford to fail, and if you don't get lucky, then you go to jail. I'm telling you all, it's just so arbitrary. The risk and the chance is so goddamn scary. And when you're got no resources, generational poverty, who's gonna invest in me but me? We're sold this truth that education is key, but the locks are changed when it comes to thee. You do your due diligence, you did your part, so when does the thriving start? You're entitled? Sure, nobody's owed a job, but we're all fucking getting robbed. All rolling dice from the dream of prosperity. Tear me down with a goddamn hilarity. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. It's a goddamn social disorder. When's the hard work truly getting rewarded when all of the wealth is just being hoarded? Open yourself up to the exploitation. Never take a day of vacation. 60-hour weeks. It's worth it in the end. My friends, you are playing pretend. In the middle-class life which you toil away is just one chronic illness from going astray. And while you're slaving and stressing, they will cash the check and they will come back to you and they'll ask what's next. All that talk of hard work and bootstraps and being toited, but you're being fucking exploited. You'll never get your turn at the goddamn table, and they'll bleed you dry until you're just unable to provide any more to the capitalist machine, and that's the American dream.
Thank you very much. Woo. Give it up for Jenner Brothers, y'all. She was feeling that, I was feeling that. I don't know if y'all noticed, she was about to drop the mic and then remembered it wasn't her mic. I don't know if y'all noticed that. She was like, oh yeah, thank you for that restraint. I appreciate that, Jenner. That was real. All right, Carrie, you ready to do your thing? Please give it up for Carrie Nash, y'all.
Can you hear me? So, I'm not with a poetess. I'm not here to spit lyrics like that. But I do want to say thank you, Auntie Maxine, the last dragon. You are Auntie Maxine, the last dragon, and I'm here to pay homage to you.
Good evening. I want to say that Maxine Waters is the sort of person who made it possible for me to have the career and the interests that I have. I was closer to the age of most of the people in this room when she started fighting fights in the 1970s. And she was out there objecting to apartheid. And I remember my parents explaining to me what that fight was and her role in it, and saying to me, you can grow up to be like Maxine Waters. And that was so powerful. And to have the opportunity to say thank you for all those years of fighting the good fight and showing people like me what it is to be a dignified, professional, yet humorous and witty woman has meant so much. So a big thank you, and to wind up, I want to say thank you for being the sort of person who's brought all of us here tonight. My name is Heidi Lee Feldman. I live in DC. I want you to know who I am in case I can do anything in the fight. So you can find me over at Georgetown Law. I'm a lawyer and a philosopher, and I would not have been either of those things were it not for leaders like Maxine Waters.
First and foremost, I would like to say that my name is Amaya Jones. I am a freshman student at the University of Mississippi, where my major is BA in Theater Arts, and I am also a major in Liberal Studies with an emphasis in English, Spanish, and African American Studies. Ms. Waters, first I would like to thank you for your many years of service, and I would like to thank you for your current service as we speak today. I have a poem for you, and it is dedicated to you, and I really hope you enjoy it. The title of this poem is Because I Feel Like African American Women Sometimes Forget Who They Are and What They Can Be, but then you have idols like this who show you every single day, effortlessly. The title of this poem is What If I Am a Black Woman? If I am a black woman? Is it a disease? Well, if it is, I sure hope it's catching, because they need to pour it into a bottle, label it, and sprinkle it over all the people. Men and women that have loved or cried, worked or died for any one of us. So, what if I am a black woman? Is it a crime? Arrest me, because I'm strong, but I'm gentle. I'm smart, but I'm learning. I'm loving, but I'm hateful. And I like to work because I like to eat and feed and clothe. And house me, mine, yours, and everybody's, like I have been doing for the past 300 years. What if I am a black woman? Is it insane? Commit me, because I want the happiness, not tears, truth, not lies, pleasure, not pain, sunshine, not rain, a man, not a child. What if I am a black woman? Is it a sin? Pray for me, and pray for you too, because if you don't like women of color, because we are midnight black, chestnut brown, honey bronze, chocolate covered, cocoa dips, big lips, big hips, big breasted and beautiful, all at the same time. What if I am a black woman? Does it bother you that much because I want a man who wants me, loves me, trusts me, respects me, and gives me everything, because I will give him everything back? Plus, what if I am a black woman? I've got rights, same as you. I have worked for them, died for them, lied for them, played and laid with them on every plantation from Alabama to Boston and back. What if I am a black woman? I love me, and I want you to love me too, because I am as I've always been, near you, close to you, beside you, strong, giving, loving for over 300 years. You're a black woman, love me.
Wow. Mic check. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Amaya Jones. I don't know if y'all heard our side conversation. I said, you got like 8 majors. When do you sleep? And she said, I stay woke. So
I just want to give these remarks to Congresswoman Waters and then ask a question. Would you be willing to take a question from me? So first of all, I just want to thank you for being here. And then for everyone in this room, I just want you to think about the magnitude and the historical significance of this moment. You know, in 2 or 3 generations, we're going to be telling our children and our grandchildren that we had the opportunity to be in this forum with Congresswoman Maxine Waters, and they're going to be reading about her in their history books or whatever replaces books, and they're going to be studying her and learning about her, and we're going to be able to say, yo, you know, on April 14, 2017, we stood in Busboys on 5th and K, and we had this dialogue with her, and she spoke with us, and she hugged us, and she took pictures with us. You gonna take a picture with me? You know, so just think about the historical significance of this moment. My father is 75, and he marched with Dr. King, and he organized here in Washington, D.C., and he took in folks from all over the country. He opened his home to them so that they could sleep on his floor. And so I'm just honored to be a part of this modern millennial civil rights movement, and just thank you. You know, you're like in the same lineage of Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth and Mary Church Terrell and Fannie Lou Hamer. And now we have our own, and Charlie Chisholm, yes, and now we have our own, so we love you. So my question, would you join me on the stage? Because this is a question that's really important and it's pertinent. So Auntie Maxine, Godmama, Grandma, Nana, Big Mama, are there 2 or 3 things that you can suggest to us millennials? How do we keep the momentum going from now until November of 2018? How do we keep us focused? This is the ADD generation. We can't stay committed and loyal, as they say. So how do we stay motivated and engaged from now until the midterm?
Let me just say this. I think social media is perhaps the most important thing that has happened for this generation. It gives you a voice, it gives you an opportunity to connect, and it gives you an opportunity to organize. Organizing is extremely important. And why do we organize? We organize to accomplish things. I want every movement in this country that's about a progressive agenda to make sure that you are a part of it. This rally and march that we're doing tomorrow, it should have a millennial participation that is organized for you to have a voice. That's every rally, every protest. You've got to show up, and we're going to talk about how you organize to make sure that you are right there at the forefront of all of these efforts. That's number 1. Number 2, voter registration. We've got to register and vote. We've got to register and vote because when you do, you can put people in office and you can take them out. There are many cities and towns around this country where members of the city council and county committees, etc., are getting elected with less than 1,000 votes. We just had an election in Los Angeles where one city councilman who represents, you know, over what, 60,000 people, got elected with less than 3,000 votes. You can put together slates and take out a whole city council. You can put together slates and elect people to state legislatures. And you can absolutely be the significant difference in who becomes president of the United States. You got to get ready for 2018. You got to get ready. This business of voting for president and forgetting about what happens midterm has got to stop. I know that you want to be involved. I see this enthusiasm. I feel it. I see your spirit. So here's what we want to do. I want to be a catalyst. I want to be an enabler. I want to make sure that we include you in every effort that we're involved in so that you can run to become a delegate. millennials can take over and be delegates to all of these conventions, and particularly the next presidential election. And so, what I want to happen is, when we organize in this area in Washington, D.C., and we put together our meeting up in the Raven Building on the Hill, I want to make sure that you are prepared to come, because that's where you will be starting off saying to the Democratic Party, anyway, that here we are. We're prepared to be at the table. We've got something to say. And then we're going to carry it on, and you are going to help us build a plan for millennials in this country. And so I think the most important thing is that you're going to show up. Every time there's anything going on. Don't forget, recently we had the Women's March. It was huge. But we know that there were millennials involved at a certain level. But what we want is, we want a great presence of millennials at every one of these efforts. And so I think these are some of the things that can be done.
We love you. Can I get it?
Give it up for Cameron. Give it up for Auntie Maxine. That was a great question, Cameron. I should have thought of asking her that. My bad. That was, you on your job. Good job. Don't try to take mine down. Okay, here we go. Ray Shineman, you ready to do your thing? Ray, you ready to do your thing? All right, last person on the open mic. Everyone, please give a warm round of applause. Applause for Ray Shineman.
I can help and do it justice. Hi, I'm Ray. I'm a queer woman. I live in D.C. I'm from New York, and I was a part of am a part of the LGBT rights movement. Have been in New York, and I want to tell a little bit of not quite a story. I'm not too much of a poet, but a system that I saw get passed through that scared me but made me excited about where we are right now. So what that was when I first joined the LGBT movement, I know we were fighting for this thing called tolerance. The word was tolerance. We were saying we just need to tolerate each other. Something that seems laughable now and downright offensive, because we're beyond that. We moved from tolerance to acceptance. We need to accept each other. We need to be okay with each other and welcome it. But that wasn't enough. And it shouldn't be enough. Because after acceptance, we said inclusion. We need to include people. We need to add them. We need to join our movement and make it bigger. We are stronger if we are together. But no longer is that enough. What do we need now? We need justice. What is justice? Justice means picking people up because they weren't given a fair chance to start with. What does this mean for me? Well, I'm also an environmentalist, and I'm shit scared, to be honest. I fight every day, but I want to share, I'm a white woman, and being white means that I come from a privileged perspective. But when I fight for environmentalism, I think about the fact that this is an issue of justice. That we have people who, disproportionately environmental damage affects people of color and poor people in America. And it's hard to see in cities when we're hustling and bustling and you don't see how we're powered and operated. But this is the one thing that we can't undo. And so, the EPA is planned to be cut under Trump's suggested budget, 31%, with 20% of employees pretending to be cut. Scott Pruitt, self-declared enemy of the EPA, is running the damn thing. And so I just want to bring in this issue because it's often a lot of white people that fight for it. There's often a lot of people that look like me that are standing here and trying to advocate for environmental rights, but in issues of justice, we need each other. And this is not just my fight. I work to be an ally. I work to join and stand and support movements. And I don't typically come to the mic because usually the mic is not my place. I try to elevate other people's voices, and I'm not supposed to be here, but I need your help. Because right now, white people are leading this fight, but to be honest, like, we all need to be together here. You know, I don't want to have to think about the fact that I, as a woman, don't know if I can have kids, because I don't know if I want to bring kids into the world that we're going to be living in if we don't fight this together. So I'm calling all people. I'm saying, you know, or here, I hate the fact that I'm last. Somebody else is welcome to come up because I don't like closing things off. But justice, not tolerance, not acceptance, not inclusion, fucking justice. Thank you.
Give it up to Ray, y'all.
You know, we all have something to offer. It's interesting that on my financial services staff, excuse me, I still have laryngitis. On my financial services staff, we have individuals who are real tough public policy makers. They're strong writers, they're strong thinkers, but they've gotten excited about something that has nothing to do necessarily with some of the work that's going on. So one day, we were discussing how to describe the allies of Trump as it relates to the Kremlin and all that we think they're about. And so we have this one woman on staff. Her name is Jennifer Reed. She's quiet, she does her work, she's a great writer, and all of a sudden, out of her mouth came what you saw on the internet, Kremlin Klan. She discovered that. Jennifer, come here. Jennifer is the one that came up with that great description, Kremlin Klan. What made you think about it, Jennifer?
Not put it on the spot at all. Honestly, it's a play on the Ku Klux Klan. It's white supremacy all over again. Group of bad individuals trying to take advantage of small people, working class people. We need to fight against it like we have been forever.
Wow. Give Jennifer a big round of applause. Everybody's got something to contribute. And I want you to let your minds just flow and think about how you describe things. Eric, tell them. Just let your brain go to work. Is that right? Stand up, Eric.
I read the article, Maxine Waters will read you now. I think about you literally every day. I said to you in the other room, people talk to me more about you than they talk to me about me, and that is a great thing. You have given so many people a voice and so many people energy in a way that is unprecedented. I wish more politicians spoke the truth to power like you. I wish more of us spoke in whatever way makes sense, be it making up alliterative references to the Klan, which is perfect, or doing spoken word, or having press conferences where you call our people out on their BS. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Brittany. You know, when I implore you to let your minds open up to your own creativity, I'm really talking about letting thoughts that you may have had for years, or even for a short period of time, come forward and share that information. You would be surprised how helpful it is in helping us learn to communicate. The way oftentimes you are taught to communicate, that's only a few people talking to each other. And so when the language becomes creative, and when you let your thoughts come forward, and describe things in different ways, we're creating the ability to talk with each other, and Brittany does so well. Brittany.
Hey everyone, so after what happened to Auntie Maxine and Auntie April Ryan, helped start the conversation around black women at work, because all the black women in here know that that is what happens to us at work every single day. And I know that a lot of us are in here thanking Auntie Maxine, and that I share the thanks as well from one real St. Louis woman to another. But the way that we can all thank Auntie Maxine is to show up like Auntie Maxine, and to show up authentically, to show up with boldness, to show up with courage, and to remember at the end of the day that those folks over there in that house work for each and every one of us. And we need to hold them accountable to what we know to be true. I'll close out with a quote from Audre Lorde. She said, if we don't define ourselves for ourselves, we will be crunched into other people's fantasies for us and eaten alive. So we will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We got your back, and we'll march with you.
Wow, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Eric. Let me turn it back over to you.
All right, Ms. Quinn, Mara Quinn. We have a representative here for tomorrow's DC tax march. Everybody give it up for Ms. Quinn, y'all.
This is wild. This is awesome. Thank you guys all so much for being here. So, if you ever read any sort of interviews with Trump supporters, when they ask, what is it you like about him? The thing that they often say is he tells it like it is. We know that. He doesn't. He's never told it like it is. And if he did, the next day he'd tell it like it wasn't. Because all he does is lie. We know that. Lie and cheat. And if there's anyone in Washington who is actually embodying that, who's telling it like it is, it's Representative Maxine Waters. And I know, I moved here from California, and she was my representative. And she's been telling it like it is for over 25 years now in DC, yeah? We are absolutely honored. I am absolutely honored that you're going to be speaking at the tax march tomorrow. I can't believe it. We've been working on this for months now. So, the tax march was an entirely grassroots thing. It's being done in over 180 cities tomorrow. Everybody's going to come together and march together as one across the country. And we're lucky because we have Representative Waters speaking at ours here in DC. And we're all marching for one purpose. We're marching to let Trump know that we hold him accountable to us as American citizens. And we need him to release his tax returns. And here in DC, we're marching for more than just that. We're marching to bring awareness to the unfair tax system that we have right now. And to bring awareness to economic justice, and that needs to change in our country. So we're all going to be out there tomorrow, and I hope everyone here will join us. It's going to start at 12 o'clock. It's at the U.S. Capitol West Front Fountain. That's where we're all going to gather. And it's going to go until 4. We're going to start with our rally, and then we're going to march. So I hope that everyone here is going to come and march with us, because we need everyone. Thank you, guys.
Exciting. I really want to see his taxes too. I am very much into like giving my political opinions online on my website and stuff like that, and I've been trying to stay calm and not say my political opinion because I just wanted to only do what was on these cards. So I have 8 cards, there are 8 words on here. These 8 words are going to be in my freestyle. I'm going to read through them real quick. I tried not to cheat, but I only saw one of them earlier. We got everything. We got sisterhood. We got surrender. We got clown. We've got dope. We've got love. We've got determination. And we got resist. I like this. I love black women. That's why I gave one a wedding ring. And as y'all know, the black woman is everything. And when you have one, you know it's all good. Even with the white women, yo, we call that sisterhood. And check it, even if we in DC's blender, it's no time to sit down. We should not surrender. It's time to go there and take that man down. He's already got the paint on his face. He's a motherfucking clown. And yo, I'm tired of all this a lack of hope, and right now I'm trying to get rid of that stupid dope, and right now, yo, we all trying to rise above. Yo, I apologize for cursing, I should have showed a little bit more love, but anyway, check it, I do this for my nation, that's why I'm up here showing some determination, and yo, I tell you, with people like y'all, we can't miss, and so everybody put their hand in the air and say resist. Resist. Hey, y'all remember this, Donald Trump is not a good businessman. Donald Trump is a good street hustler. Street hustlers make themselves money. They don't make their community or their own business money. Alright? They suck all the energy and money out of it and then they run. Alright? That's what he did to 5 different businesses. Everything that has his name on it. And right now he's calling the US military my military. Alright? He's saying that in every comment, alright? He's going to do the same thing to this business as he has done to every business. He's going to make money off of it and the business is going to collapse. Alright? That is his history as a businessman. Look him up. Alright? Now, yeah, I don't need to end on a sour note, but maybe that'll be our reason to get up and fight, alright? But that's all the history we have with Donald Trump. Alright, I want to bring up the owner once again of Busboys and Poets. Everybody please give it up for Andy Shalal. Just to make sure that Maxine can thank him.
Andy, come up here. But first, before Andy gets here, please thank Bomani. He's an absolute talented human being. He's been working with us and young people with Young, Gifted, and Black for years now, an event that we do on every September. Please give Bomani a big round of applause. Andy, I want to thank you for having us here this evening. This has been extraordinary. This has been wonderful. But I want you to know that your reputation is such that everyone knows you're a progressive, good-hearted, outreaching individual. We love you in this city. We appreciate you, and we intend to do everything that we can to continue to work with you and have your blessings to do what we do. Thank you so very much. Give Andy a big round of applause.
Are we done? I think we're done. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. I feel inspired. You know, it's really hard in America when you're feeling always marginalized and you're feeling a sense of attack at all times. When you feel like there are people from countries where that are not allowed to come to this country, you feel this country is changing. And it's people like Maxine Waters who really gives us faith and believe in this country and the values this country stands for. That's why I immigrated to this country. That's why a lot of people still live in this country, and that's why we love America. It's for people like Maxine Waters. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting Maxine Waters and people like her. Thank you.
Thank y'all very much. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Peace.